Microsoft has this cool thing called Microsoft Places. It's like kind of like a hybrid workplace coordination platform. Like think of it as a software layer that helps companies that manage who comes into the office or who books a conferencing room or who books a cubicle. Microsoft Places. And Microsoft will happily charge you $10 per user per month for it. And Zoom actually has a competitive product called Workspace Reservations, which is included inside of your enterprise license. We don't charge $10 extra per user per month for it. It's literally built into the platform. And let's just take a look at it and see what it looks like. All right, I had to put my glasses on for this one because I can't see this close. So let's go to our Zoom client. You can see it right here. And up here, you're going to see a Workspaces tab right on here on the top nav bar. Click on it. So now pretend this is a fictitious blueprint of a floor that I'm working on today. And I need to book both a cubicle and maybe a conferencing room for a meeting I'm having later on in the day. So let's go ahead and do it. So as you can imagine, everything that's green is available. Everything that's red is booked. So you can see there's a whole bunch of empty desks here. There's an office right here. Click on it. Look, I can see a picture of exactly what the office looks like, but I just need a cubicle for the day before my meeting starts. So I'm just going to book one of these cubicles over here. And let's just go to the basement desk number 5. Look, there's a picture of what it exactly looks like. And I'm going to reserve this for myself for the day. So after I've clicked reserve, you can see my little avatar pops up here. And everyone that's going to go to the office knows exactly where I'm sitting for the day. So when I get to the office, I probably need to check in. So let's click on it again, hit check in, and it asks you, hey, by checking in, you're confirming you're now at the workspace. So let's just pretend we're there. We hit check in. Now I'm all checked in. I can easily go to my cubicle and just start working. But I also need to book a conferencing room. So let's see how I do that. But for this conferencing room, I want to get extra fancy. I have a customer that has a Google Beam device. I actually have a Google Beam device in my basement. I don't. I'm just pretending for this demo. And let's book a Google Beam conferencing room. So you can see right over here, there's a Google Beam conferencing room. I'm just going to click on it and reserve it. And here's exactly what the Google Beam looks like. Look, there's multiple pictures here. So now I can either reserve this for myself. If you don't know what Google Beam is, it's a one-on-one technology. It doesn't work with multiple people. So I want to reserve it for myself. Do I have that 3D effect with my customer? So reserve for myself. And now here's a cool thing. It's actually asking me a survey question before I'm allowed to reserve this room. So look what it says. Questionnaire is required to reserve this room. It says, if using a Google Beam, did you make sure to invite other Google Beam devices for the attendee to join with a full 3D experience? I did, so I can hit yes and submit and reserve. And boom, it turns red. I now reserve that conferencing room for the day. What if I needed directions on how to get to it, even though I know how to? But for the sake of this demo, pretend I don't know how to get to it. Let's get directions. And there you go. Zoom actually tells me exactly how to get to the Google Beam room. Again, all part of Zoom's Workspace Reservations. And correspondingly, if I wanted to book an executive room, I could click on it and see exactly what the executive room looks like. I can see that this room holds 10 people. I can see that there's assets to this room, companion camera, another neat digital whiteboard. It's really easy to book conferencing rooms. And this is a simple map view of the floor that I'm working on. But what if I wanted a timeline view to see every resource that's booked for the day? Just go here and click timeline view. And now I can see all the reservations that are happening for the day on my floor. And you can see that I've made a few demos so you can understand that all the basement floors and desktops and offices, I can clearly see exactly what I have open for that day. And I can also see all my reservations that I have throughout the day. So if I click on my reservations, so you can see that I booked basement desk 5, and you can see that the Google Beam is booked as well for the day. And again, as soon as my conferencing starts on my Google Beam, I just hit check in. And everyone knows that I'm in a Google Beam meeting. I think you get the point. We can easily book and control all reservations from the Zoom client. And now you're asking yourself, hey, Patrick, I usually use Outlook to book all my conferencing rooms and cubicles. What do we do there? Let's show you. I'm on a Mac, so the Windows version of Outlook might look a little different, but I'm on a Mac, and here, look, you can see my calendar has been updated all day because I reserved that desk space all day for me to work. But what if I wanted a new event? I go up here and hit new event, and I want to make this a Zoom meeting. So I hit Zoom, I hit add a Zoom meeting, and it now adds all the corresponding Zoom meeting information right into my Outlook invite. There's a Patrick Kelly Zoom meeting. I'll make it for 10:30 to 11 o'clock. But now I want to reserve a conferencing room for this meeting. How do we do that? Now, if you go up here and hit Zoom, There's a reserve a workspace reservations built in right into the Zoom add-in. So click on that. And now right inside of Outlook, it actually displays all those Zoom workspace reservation choices I had previously in the Zoom client. You can see that the executive room is open up for my 10:30 to 11 o'clock meeting. You can see that there's assets associated with that. If I hover over it, it says, hey, neat digital whiteboard and a companion camera. You can see that I fit 10 people. You can see the picture of that individual room. So you can see that this is available at 10:30. It's an executive room. There's also a questionnaire built into it, so you can ask questions before someone allows you to reserve it. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. So now that executive boardroom has been added into my Zoom meeting, I'm going to hit send, and now automatically my calendar and Outlook has been updated with this brand new Zoom meeting booked into the executive conferencing room. In fact, it happens in 5 minutes, so I got an alert saying I better hustle over there. And if I just check my Zoom calendar, look, it's exactly updated with the same things I just showed you in the Outlook calendar because we actually have them integrated. So my 10:30 meeting I just booked is right here. So that's just a quick, simple demo of what Zoom Workspace reservations look like in the Zoom client, as well as what it looks like inside the Outlook client. And again, this is part of your Zoom license. We don't charge extra for it like Microsoft Places does with Teams Premium at $10 per user per month. Okay, that was a quick demo. I'm Patrick Kelly, the Tattooed Nerd.